Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to share with you my review and my all-day trial using LIPSENSE. And if you haven't heard of LIPSENSE, it is everywhere. It's one of those things that, like, if you ever were to go to their website, it's an independent distributor kind of a company, like Avon and Mary Kay. They sell other makeup products, but their best sellers are their lipsticks. I will have pricing info as well as the subscriber that sent me this. She's an independent distributor, so I will put her information below because you do have to buy these through people. You can't just go online on a website and buy it like you would on Amazon or Sephora. You can still buy it online, but you have to buy it through a distributor. So I will have her info below as well as pricing and all of that kind of stuff. I have 4 colors. And I'm going to wear one of these all day long, and I'm going to do check-ins and let you guys see how well it wears throughout the day. But first, we need to put it on. So the color I'm choosing to wear is one of their best sellers. It's Praline Rose. And I also have their Oops Remover, which it is very hard to get this stuff off at the end of the day. So you do need this. And I know that they sell kits. So I have 2 of their glosses. I have their regular moisturizing gloss, but I also have their moisturizing gloss that's matte. And the other shades I have, by the way, are Blue Red, which is a really nice cool toned red. I also have this Fly Girl, which is a little bit more of a deeper red. And then I have Violet, which is a very kind of shimmery, almost metallic look to it. But I'm gonna use Praline Rose. So please keep in mind, I know a lot of people use this stuff and they probably know more about it than I do. I've done as much research as I can. I've been trying these out for like a month or 2. So I really do have strong feelings about them. But first I'm going to zoom you in and I'm going to apply this so you guys can see how it applies. When I first put this stuff on, it burned like crazy. Now my lips are a little bit chapped. I'm actually going to put on a scrub. I have this is from Milani, the Keep It Sweet lip scrub. My lips are a little bit chapped, so I'm just going to kind of scrub my lips for a second, get all the dead skin off. Stuff smells so amazing. Okay, so my lips are not perfect, but it's better than it was. So it's just a doe foot applicator, and you do have to put on a couple of layers. I think it says specifically apply in one direction, beginning with the outside corner of the mouth. Apply 3 layers, letting each dry 3 to 5 seconds, and then you finish it with the gloss. So let's go ahead and get started. I get like nervous. It does smell like alcohol. And it kind of feels like you're putting alcohol on your lips. So there's layer 1. It's funny because the more you put on, the bolder the color is. It really does burn though. I've read a little bit about how they say the burn is not a bad thing and actually the ingredients in it are fine, but I have to admit, like, it is a very pungent smell, a very burny feel to it. Whether I've just scrubbed my lips or not, it always feels like that. So it does dry and you can kind of feel it drying your lips. So let's do our second coat. You gotta kind of keep your lips apart because they would stick together. All right, third coat. I like this color because hold on, I can't really talk. So now we're gonna put the gloss on top because it is almost sticky on the inner part until you do put this gloss. I'm using my moisturizing gloss, it's my favorite. It instantly feels so much better. At this point, the color is sealed in. I can do this and nothing comes off. It's the gloss. So that's what's crazy about it is even if you're rushing in the morning, you can get this stuff on really, really quickly and it's there. And every time I've worn something like this, my lips look pretty good most of the day. I do like to reapply about halfway through it. I'm a teacher, so I'm talking, I'm drinking coffee, water, you know, rushing through lunch. So it is nice to reapply, but I have gone, just last week, I went the entire school day without reapplying, and you could definitely see some wear in the middle, but it didn't look horrible. So, I mean, it's absolutely possible, but if you can reapply once in the middle of the day, that's gonna be ideal. But I'm gonna go ahead and go about my day. I've got some videos to film and some other things to do, but I'm gonna check in with you guys every so often and we'll see how it looks by the end of the day. Okay, so it is 11:33. I just finished putting this on and I'm gonna film a bunch of videos. We will check in. It looks a lot darker in this lighting. I'm using my phone right now, doesn't it? But like I said, you can't see anything. It really is amazing. So in that respect, it's awesome. But I will show you how it looks at the end of the day. Okay, so it is 1:45, so it's been a little over 2 hours, and I think it's still looking pretty good. I've been drinking coffee and water. I think it's still looking pretty good. So the one thing I don't love is that, especially with the color like this, I feel like I can't get as precise of a line around my lips. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, but it's staying really well. I don't think there's like any wear there. I mean, a little bit, but I feel like that's how it was when I first applied it. So far so good. I just filmed a bunch of videos, so I've just got messes all around me, so I've got to clean up, and then we're planning to go look at furniture and kind of furniture shop, really more like price gauge, for a couple of hours here in a little while at some furniture stores. So I'll check in a little bit. Okay, it is 3:17 and I just ate a bunch of pita chips and hummus and drank some water. And it's still looking pretty good. I don't think it's like perfect, but it's not bad by any means. So we're headed out to go furniture shop, price gauge, etc. So I'll check in a little bit, but here's a close-up. It's all right, not too bad. Okay, so we're at Five Guys because we wanted burgers and it is what it is. But we're gonna bring it home, but I wanted to check in. Let me show you like in the light. It really doesn't look too bad. The only thing I've reapplied is the gloss. I haven't reapplied the color at all. And it doesn't feel great though, but this is one of those colors that even though it's wearing off in the middle, but you can't tell as much because of the color. So it's kind of perfect for that, whereas I think if it were like one of the bright reds, you'd be able to tell a little bit more that it's wearing down in the middle. But I'm gonna eat the burger when we get home, so here in a little bit I'll check in again. Tyler, what time is it? Just for the sake of this. He's looking up the time. But 6:17. But it does feel dry. It's not super comfortable. You can put the gloss on, it feels a little bit better, but it's still, it could be worse. Like the really drying liquid lipsticks by this point in the day feel horrible. But these, I mean, it's not comfortable, but it's not terrible. All right, so we just watched an episode of Bob's Burgers, you can see. And we are tired, and I feel bad because it's daylight out. But we're talking about going to bed. It's like, what time is it, Tyler? Do you know?
10 after 7.
Okay, it's 7:10. We might be going to bed. But here's a close-up. You can see where it's worn off. There, right? I mean, again, there's no transfer whatsoever once you put it on the very first time. If I were to reapply, it really would improve things. So like if I just put one more coat on, especially in that area, I've done that numerous times with any of the colors and it always looks so much better. Then you can seal it again with the gloss. So I would say ideally with this, the best case scenario is bring it with you and maybe 4 or 5 hours into the day, reapply it, put the gloss back on, and you'll be good until the end of your work day. If you're going out at night, you honestly might be okay all night long, but if you're like drinking or eating, you might want to reapply. But I mean, most people are not any closer to me than this is right now. You really can't tell. And I think that's what's so cool about it, is if you're just looking for a lip color to do exactly that, to make you look put together, look a little bit more cohesive, pull your look together, I think this is perfect for that. And then you have the option to reapply if you know people might be closer to you or it's really starting to wear off kind of weird. But I'm really impressed with it. It's the best lip stain I've ever tried. Now, the Rimmel double-sided one, they're Provocalips. Those are pretty close. They are a different formula. It doesn't burn, but it also doesn't last as long on the lips. But that's a great drugstore option if you don't have the money for this or you don't want to order it, you know, whatever. But I'm really impressed. Like I said, it's the best I've ever tried out of all the different ones they have. And I like these better than liquid lipsticks that dry down because those are even more drying. I mean, really, truly. So I have to give it my recommendation. I think, You know, I own 4 colors. This is obviously my favorite. I like the more wearable colors, but if you're gonna wear a red lip, it's amazing as well because you don't want that, you know, going outside your lip line or anything like that. I would just recommend maybe with that, the first time you put it on, maybe line your lips, just so you can make sure you have a crisp line. The lip liner will probably wear off throughout the day, but at least it's a little bit crisper than it would be without it. Okay, so I've washed my face, and I just used, here, I'll show you what I used to remove this. I just used my, it's from Pixi. I use the cleansing oil balm, and I use that to remove all my makeup, and I did it over that, and it got a good amount of it off, but you can still see anywhere I had dryness, it just like leaches onto. So this is where I'll usually go in. This is the lip color remover, and see if I can get rid of it. So I'm just gonna put it on my lips completely, and it says just to put it on and then wipe it off. So I'm gonna use a tissue. I don't really know. Definitely is taking some of it off. I don't know that it's getting it all. And I would say if you can't get the rest of it off, just get like a lip scrub. e.l.f. is a lip scrub, the one that I used earlier, the Milani Keep It Smooth one. I love that stuff. I would say, you can see how dry my lips are though. I need to put a lip balm on top. So I would say after you wear it, definitely put a really moisturizing lip balm. Like I love the C.O. Bigelow My Favorite Night Balm is so, so good for your lips. I like the Rev de Miel from Nuxe, N-U-X-E. And what else do I really like? Oh, the Hanalei lip treatment is really good. You have to order that online. I can put links to all these products below, but they're just some of my favorite lip balms that are really, really moisturizing on your lips. So I wanted to bring up a dupe that, it's not an exact dupe, but if you're wanting something similar but you don't have the money to go buy that, the Rimmel Provocalips are pretty close. Now, they don't last as long, but it's the same idea where you have the stain color on one side and then you have the gloss color on the other. They have a decent amount. I do think there's a little bit of transfer, but not too badly. And I know that like every drugstore brand makes products like these where some of them are in 2 separate products, like the LIPSENSE. I do think LIPSENSE is probably the strongest staying power and like, you know, no transfer at all, almost instantly. So they really do win the game when it comes to that. But if you're on a budget or you need something quickly, these are pretty darn good. And then, I mean, literally like I know CoverGirl has a 2-set thing that I used a long time ago that was very similar to these. So definitely check your drugstore if you don't have time to order one, you need it soon, or maybe you're just on a budget and you don't want to spend that much money. So if you're interested in these, definitely check my links below. And I hope you enjoyed this style of video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe while you're at it to catch my future videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!